Welcome back, crew, and a happy Thanksgiving. Today, we're going to be going through some of the Black Friday deals for tabletop RPGs that I've noticed. It's something that I usually do myself, just kind of seeing which books I haven't gotten, which ones are on sale. And I thought I'm already doing the work, might as well take some notes and make it a video and share it with the crew as well. Because there's a lot of great tabletop RPG sales out right now, and definitely one you don't want to miss out on for games you know you want to buy. So today we're going to go through and highlight some of the publishers that I've seen that are doing Black Friday deals. I looked at all my favorite publishers to see kind of what they have, if they're doing anything. And these are the ones that announced so far as of Thanksgiving Day. Fortunately, I'll be out of town on Black Friday itself. There may be some others that announce afterwards, but these are the ones that are up and running or at least announced now. But yeah, let's kick it off. First one, Paizo, they're my first stop to check out, and they've got some pretty strong deals out right now. Unfortunately, I've bought all the ones I've want so far, but especially if you're looking to get into Pathfinder 2E or even Starfinder 2E, now's a great time to check it out because they've got some pretty significant deals, 25% up to 40% off on certain books. And I kind of went through and highlighted a couple that I thought were good for each category. For the 25% off, if you want Treasure Vault for Pathfinder 2E, that's a good deal. It came out was last year, I think it was. So still fairly recent, has a lot of great items and resources for your players or as a game master to dish out to your players. The other book I would really recommend, I haven't had a chance to play this yet, but they also have the soft cover for the Starfinder 2E playtest on discount, so 25% off. I picked that up a little while ago. Wish I kind of waited now since I still haven't played it yet. But it's still kind of a great deal to pick that up and get to see kind of where they're going with Starfinder. Now, also, I should mention too, for anybody that wants to pick up some Starfinder stuff, there's Starfinder stuff through each category with this. I didn't list it since 2E is about to come out, but in case you still want to pick up some of the older edition, now is a great time to do so. They've also got some 30% stuff off with a ton of their like Lost Omens stuff is usually in that 30% category. If you want to get some of the character options or ancestry options, that's kind of a great time to do that as well. And then finally, in their 40% category, they've got The Secret of Magic, they've got Dark Archive, as well as Guns and Gears for Pathfinder 2E. Now, to clarify, these are just the hardcover books. But one thing I will shout out for Guns and Gears, the PDFs aren't on sale. But if you do pick up the PDF with the hardcover, Guns and Gears is about to get remastered, and they're going to give everybody that has a copy of the PDF the upgrade, the remastered version for free. So, in case you want the book now and get the PDF and get upgraded later, good time to do so. So that's Paizo on that site. They've got a ton of stuff on there. We kind of highlighted just a few of the things for Pathfinder 2E that I thought would be really interesting. But as I said, there's a ton of Starfinder stuff. There's a ton of adventures on sale as well. I usually don't run the published adventures, but if you like the APs and Pathfinder and Paizo do an amazing job with it, this would be a good time to go check those out. Moving on from Paizo, another one I saw that had some great deals out there was Goodman Games. Theirs is pretty easy. It's kind of across the site. So for any game that Goodman Games produces, you get 40% off of it, and it automatically applies it at the checkout too. You won't see it in the price thing initially, but if you put it in your cart and go to checkout, you will get that 40% off automatically. I checked it out with Dungeon Crawl Classics. I already owned it, but I wanted to see because they're one of their biggest games. That 40% applied, super easy. So if you do want any of the Dungeon Crawl Classics, and there's a ton of different variations with that, I bought that I think at Gen Con or after Gen Con. It's gonna be one of our upcoming games of the month. So stay tuned for that one. But this is a great time to get in on that. 40% off is a significant discount for this stuff. And they also are doing they also showcase some indie works on their website as well. And the indie stuff too is going to get a 20% discount that applies automatically, same as the Goodman Games one. So this is kind of a good way to go out and support Goodman, get some Dungeon Crawl Classics. But if you want to get some of the community made adventures or other indie publishings that are on there, you can do so and still get a pretty good discount on that as well. So definitely check that out. That's probably I think it's one of the biggest kind of across the website discounts I've seen for the publishers so far. But moving on from Goodman Games, another good one to check out, Magpie Games. They've got some pretty good discounts up, going from percent, or sorry, 80% for certain games. I didn't see anything crazy in the 80% one that I would pick up, but all the way down to 58 to 25%, with a lot of cool stuff in the 50 to 25% categories. 50%, a great one. If you wanted to kind of get a feel for the Avatar Legends RPG, they did the starter set. 50% off. I think it was like 12.50 with the new price. So easy way you can pick that up pretty cheaply, and get to see how Avatar Legends plays. Is what I think this one of the top three RPG Kickstarters based off a beloved franchise. And I had a good time running it as well, especially if you like PBTA style games with a little bit of extra complexity with the combat and kind of how they handled the kind of the exchanges with the combat. Highly recommend picking it up and check it out, especially for $12.50. That's a really good price for it. They also have the 25% category, a couple cool ones. Once again, Avatar Legends, they've got the core rulebook 25% off. So if you wanted to get the actual hard copy and get to see the book play, kind of read through the full experience of the book, that's a good price to do so. And they also have Mask, a great superhero TTRPG at 25% off as well. So you can kind of go through and pick that up and see what superhero stories you could tell. And they've got a ton of other games on there as well. I just picked out some of the favorites, some of the ones we've either covered on the channel or I've played before that just really kind of stood out to me for the price. All right, the next big one. This one, if you like hardcovers, you'll be a little disappointed with this one. But if you like having a lot of PDFs, Drive Through is going crazy with the discounts. Like pretty much every I did a quick run through, but I think every system I've covered that's on Drive-Thru RPG is discounted. I looked through Free League has a ton of their games on discount for there. They had the One Ring, Vaesen, Dragonbane, a couple others I saw as well, Alien as well. So great discounts there. For Fabula Ultima with their core rulebook as well as some of their expansions is on discount. They've got Cyberpunk Red, Traveler. Traveler, I'm hoping that Mongoose Games does a Black Friday sale too. That's one of the other games I want for a future game of the month, as well as the Without Numbers series too. I didn't see if they had Cities Without Number, but I did see Stars and Worlds Without Number on discount for the PDF. I imagine Cities are because Kevin Crawford usually does like crazy deals as well. So definitely go through for Drive Through RPG if you like having the PDFs. So that's how you usually get your games. Uh, I saw them anywhere from like 25 to 33% off, some even half off. So this is some good deals you could pick up and get a chance to get some new games on the cheap. The last thing I'll say with drive-through, because I didn't realize this until I was doing my notes for the video, but they also own Pathfinder Infinite and Starfinder Infinite websites too, and they've got some pretty good deals on there as well. I actually bought two things from the Pathfinder Infinite. If you like the Plus team, who does like uh, Ancestries Plus, Archetypes Plus, Feats Plus, all of those, and the Wizard Plus, all like the different expansions to the Pathfinder 2e system. All their stuff is on discount. I picked up their Archetypes Plus as well as Feats Plus for my crew. So Pandemonium Crew will probably have that in there sometime this week for you guys to be able to look through and pick up. Uh, but they also have for the NPC Index group, which I know Paizo is going to be doing a NPC Codex coming up soon. But this is a great stopgap. I've used it extensively for my Pathfinder 2e campaign, and it's all of it's very cheap. For all the, I think I paid $26 for both those PDFs I got from the Plus crew. So this is definitely a good time if you want to get some Infinite or Starfighter Infinite stuff and go through and check them out. Yeah, overall, this was just kind of a quick look at some of the things I noticed that were on discount for Black Friday. I know there's probably going to be some more stuff that we're missing. Shout out in the comments if you find any good deals. Like, uh, I'm always looking for getting hardcovers on the cheap. So if you find a good publisher that's doing a deal that I miss, chalk it into the comments. I'll make sure we get those pinned and out there so people know about them. And then definitely, if you even if you don't find anything new, let us know if you buy anything from one of the ones we mentioned too, because this is kind of a great time to go in, get some books on the cheap, and get to be able to play some new games with you and your crew. One thing I do want to point out, I looked on the website and they didn't have anything noticed on their website or Twitter or Blue Sky for it, but the last 2 or 3 years they've done it. Free League hasn't published or put anything out there yet, but I'm hoping they do a Black Friday sale too. I've gotten Black books from them the last two Black Fridays. They usually have some pretty significant deals, so I'm hoping they just haven't put it up yet, and then we'll see some cool stuff from them too. So, especially if you find Free League, shout it out in the comments. I want to know about that one. But yeah, overall, thanks for hanging out with us. Shout out some of the deals you got. Also, too, we are running our December Patreon Choose Our Next Game of the Month. The vote is going to be open this afternoon. It'll run through Monday, the 2nd of December. If you want to help us choose what our December game of the month will be, join the Patreon crew, go through there and vote, and let us know what system we should cover throughout December. Also, I've got a new link down there for Blue Sky. I'm switching from Twitter to Blue Sky. So if you want to follow, see more things that we're looking at, get a heads up on videos, follow me on Blue Sky, and you can see some more of what Tegan J Gaming is up to. Yeah, thanks again for hanging out. I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving, and until next time.